Ever since I was a kid, the sea's been calling. So, I'm setting out to follow my dreams.
I do think the boats and the sets
I'm
look
gonna be king of the
really
pirates.
Yes.
All I need is a loyal crew.
like Shellstown looks good.
And I think together we'd make a pretty good team. We're heading up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean with bigger islands and bigger pirates.
Careful with that.
I don't work for you.
I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst the crew.
Not a crew.
We haven't sailed together for very long, but I know we've got each other's backs.
Nope. 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 Nope.
All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
No, they don't.
Immediately no. Immediately no.
So was that your first time seeing it, or did you see it already?
No, I genuinely. So my one friend Jalen was asking me about the One Piece trailer and stuff, and I said, "Oh, me and Kenny actually had an idea to do a video where we watch it together and basically react to it, you know, in real time." And so I'm saving it. I have not seen it yet. Don't tell me what happens in the trailer or whatever. Don't tell me if you think it's good or bad. I just want to watch it and be completely shocked. So this was my first time ever seeing this. I swear to God, I've never seen this before until this very moment. I think that it looks decent as far as visuals, like you said. The set design, the ships and all that stuff, that actually looks pretty decent. The CG on that fish, the big like sea monster, was a little crazy, but other than that, like, it looks decent. I don't think that these people are capturing the essence of the characters at all.
Okay, so the reason why I asked you to do what we're doing right now is because I did see it the day it came out, and you know the trailer came out. I watched it with Connie, and whew, the internet's. Here's what's so weird to me: the internet's reaction to this trailer is overwhelmingly positive from what I've seen.
Really?
And here's my conspiracy theory. I think some certain big One Piece YouTubers may or may not be getting a paycheck because
somebody has to be shilling. Somebody is shilling.
I've seen some YouTube videos of One Piece YouTubers reacting to this trailer, and they're like, "Oh my god!" and they're just like YouTube reacting, you know, big YouTube over the top reacting, and it's just really weird to me because I feel like this trailer is pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't think it was good. Like, okay, so what I mean by it didn't capture the essence of the characters, I don't feel like Luffy would ever say that whole
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
That line about I'm sensing some tension. Like, Luffy doesn't talk like that.
Frazier, that's been one of my biggest gripes. I'm so fucking happy without me saying anything.
Right.
You said that because I've been saying this to everyone that's seen the
Luffy
trailer.
doesn't talk like that.
Out of the 1,000+ chapters you've seen of One Piece, have you ever heard Luffy say, "Hey guys, I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst the crew"? That's just not Luffy.
That's not Luffy at all. And I feel like a lot of the characters are just not who they're supposed to be. They're not capturing the essence of them.
Zoro saying we're not a crew. Zoro was a day one. Once Zoro and Luffy were together, like Zoro had apprehension before he was with Luffy. But once they were together, he was a day one.
Like by the time Nami was on the ship, Zoro was pot committed, right? Like Zoro was like, we're not playing pirates. Like, what the fuck?
He was the guy. And the other thing, like at the end of the trailer, Luffy says all of the cool fighters call out their finishing moves, which is like fine. That's like a funny nod. I'm fine with that. Yeah. But then Zoro saying no, they don't. Bro, Zoro says entire haikus before he does his finishing move.
That's like a part of his
Zoro,
character.
Zoro does a haiku and then says the name of his finishing move. So like, I don't know. It's weird that they're creating tension between Zoro and Luffy when at no point is that a thing.
Yeah, I don't really get this whole like the crew is weirdly beefing. Now there are small little fake beefs within the crew, like Sanji and Nami always get into it because he's a pervert and she always has to like pull his ear or whatever, or literally punch him and leave him with knots on his head. Those are classic things that we've come to know and understand about One Piece. But again, Luffy, Zoro, and Nami arguing together like that is just not a thing, especially on the subject matter of being a crew or not. That's not a thing. That's never been a thing. That will never be a thing, especially coming from Zoro's mouth of all people. Like, Zoro is the person who literally is the most devoted by far. He's the second in command. He's the fucking lieutenant, right? Like, he is the right-hand man of Luffy. He was mad when people try to leave the crew and come back. He's like, no, we're not fucking playing pirates here. So for him to be like, oh, we're not a crew is like, that's not real.
Luffy and Zoro's characterizations are really, really weird to me. Also, I think
the Luffy line, I cannot get over it, honestly. The whole, like, I'm sensing some tension here. He would never, he doesn't talk
in 1,000
like
chapters, in 1,000 chapters, has there ever even been a hint of that? Like, that's just not his personality at all. Like, that's not the character. This isn't a case of like me saying, oh, it's not just like the anime. That's not, but like when you're adapting something and you're basing, like, that's not the character. That's not Luffy.
You're supposed to capture the essence of the character, because obviously it's like, an anime versus real life.
Somebody could argue, like, oh, it's an adaptation. All right, well then why not make him fucking emo? Why not give him black shirt with a purple skull on? Like, if we're just going to make the character up, why not just do that, right?
Yeah.
Also, I think Nami's line delivery was pretty horrible. She was like, it's a whole world with a lot of pirates, and then like,
dear God.
And then not a crew. Like, it sounds like she's reading. Like, it's wild.
So I'll say this too. And this is well, I guess it can't not be offensive. So, but I don't know how else to put this. Nami in the manga and in the anime and everything is very, very hot. Like, that is a part of her character, is that she's a fucking bombshell. Yeah. And I gotta say, the actress playing Nami, and at least in the scenes in this trailer, that really bad fucking wig that she's wearing, and
wig is horrible.
The wig is really bad. It's like a helmet. It was just like sitting on top of her head. Let me see if I can find it. Honestly, the thing on top of her head looked like a fucking helmet. It looked really bad. And the first thing I thought to myself was, this Nami is not hot. Like, she's just not hot.
I think a lot of the costume design looks like costumes rather than clothes they're wearing. Like, it's weird. I think even Zoro's probably looks close to the best. My only gripe with Zoro is, once again, this is something where I think an adaptation, I think they should have made his hair a little less green, like a bit more muted, like still have green in it, but maybe just a little darker, not as bright. And that's one of the things that I think you could change, and it would, actually work better.
Nami looks a little homely. I'm gonna be honest. She looks a little homely. Like, this looks like Jennifer Lopez in that movie Enough. It just is kind of giving me like J-Lo at 38. I'm not really seeing Nami here. I don't need the characters. I don't need the people to look exactly like the character, because that's just not a real thing. But I want her to, again, capture the essence of Nami. And I just feel like, looking at this still image, again, it could be better maybe when we get to the actual show in August. But looking at this still image of Nami, here's a good way to put it. If you showed me this and did not tell me what it was, I would never ever tell you that that's not me. If you were like, look at this scene real quick of this girl hoisting up a flag or whatever, and let me know, like hoisting sails, let me know what you think this is, I would never in a million years go, oh, this is One Piece and that's not me. I would never fucking say that from looking at this. So that's kind of an issue for me.
Careful with that.
Is this supposed to be Sanji?
That's Sanji, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's Alvida.
Zoro and Luffy.
Yeah, I don't mind the kid that plays Luffy. I think, like, in terms of his look, and I do think the accent's a little thick, but I mean, whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think the way he looks is fine, though. Also, that fight scene with Zoro and one of the buggy pirates, I don't know if it'll make more sense in context, but the buggy pirate falls backwards when Zoro swings his sword, and Zoro's sword does not touch him. Like, you can see it in the scene. Like, Zoro's sword does not touch him, and the guy falls backwards. It's wild.
I hope it's not that cheesy, because I've seen, like Power Rangers and stuff, they do things like that, where if you slow it down too much, you can actually see that no one ever got hit. I hope that that's like a choice to do it like that and not just blatantly terrible choreography. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how far this is going to go. Do you know where we're ending at? I guess because this is going to all come out at once, right? It's Netflix, so it's going to come out in one
as
day.
far as I know, it's 10 episodes all in one day. I don't know where it's going to. My guess is at least to Arlong. Because here's the thing, I feel like it has to go to Arlong because, first of all, it has all of the members of the crew, the initial crew, up to Sanji, who's the last member to join. And Sanji's arc isn't the end of an arc, right? Like the Sanji part, you can't end the season on that. I feel like you have, because like Nami leaves in the Nami leaves in the middle of that.
Yeah,
you have to get the full resolution. So I think, just my guess, there's absolutely no way it doesn't go at least to the end of Arlong and then maybe to Logtown, or Logtown, but I think it's Logtown. Anyway, I don't know if it'll go that far, but I think it at least goes to Arlong. I think it has to.
yeah. I don't know where this is going to stop at. I'm curious. 10 episodes is not a lot of time to cover the amount of characters that they have. If I'm being honest, I'm a little nervous about that too. I also don't know if this is going to be a half hour versus an hour. I mean, these are things that I can just look up and find out.
I hope it's an hour. Not that anything they do is going to make any. I think so. We've said this multiple times. We're going to go into this hoping that it's good, but expecting it to be bad.
Oh yeah.
Even after this trailer, I'm still going to give it its fair shake.
Yeah,
however,
it's One Piece, right? It's one of our favorite things ever. I'm going to watch it. We'll probably watch it together. Honestly, that's what we should do. We should make this. Make this a Sunday. Yeah, we should make this a Sunday thing where we just stream it or whatever and watch it together. I'm totally down to do that. No expectations though, really.
Yeah, well, I'll say this: going into it, I put like my expectations were like complete neutral. But after seeing this trailer, it gives you a taste of what is to come.
Yeah.
Right now, it doesn't taste good.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I'm already
first bite. I don't like the first bite. Like the first spoonful is not like my.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe it's like asparagus.
I don't have. Oh God, asparagus grew on you.
If you put enough butter on it.
Yeah. At that point, you're just fucking eating butter. But yeah, how do I feel? So again, I don't really have expectations. Even after seeing this, I'm just so indifferent about this whole thing. In fact, maybe I'm not indifferent. Maybe I'm more on the I wish this never happened, because I genuinely said that before it ever came out, that I don't think that One Piece is the type of thing that needs a live adaptation. I don't think that the medium of One Piece and the way the art style is and everything and the way the characters are, I don't think it translates to live action. This is kind of showing it to me. I couldn't
agree more.
I brought this up to my friend earlier in the week. I said, so the scaling of characters, are they going to actually scale the characters the way they are in the manga and in the anime? For example, Doflamingo is over 7 feet tall. He's just straight up towering over Luffy.
That's not going to happen. They couldn't even put a curl on Sanji's eyebrow. So like Doflamingo's not going to be 7 feet tall.
Yeah, and so that bothers me because that's a part of the essence. Again, I want to capture the essence of One Piece. So when you see the admirals, right? Admirals are literally like 10 feet tall. Actually, they're actually giants.
Tower over.
They tower over every regular character. They tower over everyone in the Straw Hat crew. They are just gigantic humans, and that is a big part, again, of just the essence of the show. Also, like a character, now this is way down the line, but a character like Big Mom, what are they going to do for some of these characters that are meant to actually be larger than life? The first time you see Whitebeard, for example, he's hooked up to all the machines, there are nurses surrounding him, and they are fucking tiny compared to his.
They're like the size of his biceps and shit. Like the nurses, like they're literally the size. And Whitebeard isn't a giant. He's a giant, but he's not factually the race of giants.
Correct.
And that's the other thing. Like, who knows how far? But ideally, right? They want this to do well so that they can go. Like, ideally, they want to do all of One Piece, right? Because like they would want to do more seasons if it does well, make more money. So with that, I agree with you 100%. I wish this was never made. One, I feel like it could almost only be a bad thing. I feel like people can watch this and be like, oh my God. Like this is what everybody thinks is so good. Like this should.
You said, "Oh my God!" Like you were just
like.
That's the face of everyone who's going to watch it. Like when I tell people about Death Note, that's what happens.
Yeah, they see the Death Note on Netflix. They're like, this is what Fraser thinks is one of the best written things he's ever seen. Like, maybe Fraser's not that smart. Like,
Right.
and I feel like that's what this One Piece will do. But let's say it goes on. How do you get someone like Big Mom Whitebeard, like you said, someone like Pika, who's not even like a super major character, but Pika is like bigger than Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Dory and Broggy, actual giants. How do Arlong, who I think we're going to see in this season, like how are you going to make Arlong not look like shit? And then all of the character designs, like I don't know, Blackbeard and Jean Bay, like there's really weird, kooky character designs that are gonna be hard to like. Magellan's like a goat, like a weird goat face. Like I don't even know how to describe what Magellan looks like.
But I know what you mean because I also read the manga, watch the anime, and these characters, they don't have regular proportions. A lot of the characters in One Piece don't have realistic proportions either at all. So moving them to live action, I guess they're just gonna make everything like this is the character. You just have to accept
But they lose that larger than life presence that they have when you do that. When you just make them normal.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it already in the way it's looking on here. And the way I imagine they're going to have to make a lot of the characters smaller. They're basically just going to have to shrink everybody down to life size. And that takes away, I keep using this word over and over again, but that does take away some of the essence of what One Piece is. Like seeing the Shichibukai, and they're also pretty large, like in general.
Oh yeah, like Gecko Moria. How the fuck are they going to do Gecko Moria?
Yeah, like nothing looks like Gecko Moria. No person, you can't cast Gecko Moria outside of using just CG, right? So maybe some of these characters are going to literally just be completely CG, and it'll be really awkward when the characters are interacting with them because the CG already doesn't look like it's the best. But yeah, that's pretty much one of my biggest questions is as this show goes on and Oda's art style is really supposed to go crazy, I don't know how they're going to do a lot of the characters when it gets to that point.
Even Tony Chopper, like he would have to be complete CG.
He's gonna,
and then like, is he going to like? Do they have the budget to make something like Tony Chopper look like good CG for all the times he's on screen? Like,
yeah.
Like, do they have the budget? Like, that would be something in the next season.
Same thing with Jinbei. No, like no one can play like there won't be a person that can get in the hair and makeup to play Jinbei. Like no one's getting fucking colored blue.
Yeah.
And like with that hairstyle and everything, and then all the fish prosthetics that they would have to wear, it's a lot.
Like Hachi, him and he has like he's an octopus man.
Yes,
like I just don't understand how they're gonna like. And here's the thing: people are like, "Oh, like you can't judge it before it happens." And like I said, I'm gonna go. If I'm wrong, I will be very happy about it, and you guys will hear the whole podcast on it. But going into it, I truly don't. I feel like One Piece is one of those things that isn't adaptable to live action. I think there's too much fantastical elements. It is perfect for the mediums that it is in, a comic book and a cartoon. Like those mediums are perfect for what One Piece is. Making it live action, I just think you have to lose too much of what One Piece is to make it work, and therefore it's like, well, why are you even just do something else?
Yep.
Like you'd have such an easier time doing Dragon Ball Z even, and I think even Dragon Ball Z is hard, but you have such an easier time doing DBZ than One Piece.
Yeah, I think just
or Bleach. I think they did make a live action Bleach that was horrible, but
I think just from a scaling perspective, you have an easier time doing anything else than One Piece.
Yeah,
I don't think people get. Well, I think people get it, but I don't think that the people at Netflix who wanted to do this project understand that the One Piece characters are just scaled in a way that is not conducive for live action.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it is just a fact, and no other anime is really like this. And I never really considered it, but when you look at Bleach characters, they're all just the same height. Like they're all just regular human height, right? And you look at, like you said, Dragon Ball Z would be easy. I'm like, yeah, like Beerus, Whis, like all of those characters, Vegeta, the whole Z fighters, they're all still, even Cell and like everybody, they're still all scalable to just regular. You can have a regular actor basically play everyone.
Yep.
And then CG where you need to. But again, I'm thinking about a lot of the characters in One Piece who have really weird proportions that cannot possibly be a thing for a human being to have. So then it's like this weird thing where you have to just make them a regular looking person. I don't like that. I don't like the idea.
For example, we didn't see Garp in this trailer, but there's a quick snippet where you see Garp's ship because you can see the ship and you see the dog head at the end of it, which is Garp's ship. That means Garp is going to show up in this season. Garp is like just as tall, if not a little smaller, but I think he's just as tall as all the admirals. But in addition to that, he's like really wide. Like he's just
Yes.
like has a wide
Especially
body.
up
He's
top.
tall and just really wide. And then his legs are like kind of skinny.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
and you're not gonna be able to capture that. Like I don't know, Garp's just gonna look like a guy. And
Yeah, a lot of the
gonna-
proportions on all the characters are all over the place in One Piece, and that's one of the things that people who love One Piece love about it, is that it's unique. It's not like anything I've ever seen or read. It is completely its own thing, and it's in its own lane. It's in its own tier. But yeah, anyway, this is pretty much our first thoughts about this Netflix version.
I think
of
I could
One
even
Piece.
forgive. I could even forgive some of the things we're complaining about because right now we're just. But I could even forgive all of that if in this trailer I saw an effort to like actually capture the essence of One Piece, at least of the characters, and I feel like even that, like even the things they could control.
Yes,
like,
because you can
they
capture
didn't
Luffy.
control.
You actually just can. Whoever wrote the dialogue doesn't understand who Luffy is as a person.
And that gives me like that's what's annoying. The things that they could control, they still got wrong, and that's where it's like you really lose faith. But
all right, well, let us know what you think about this trailer in the comments. I'm definitely going to be reading every single one of them. We can have a nice little discussion there. If you like this, then tell us what you liked about it. Tell us what you didn't like about it. Tell us how you feel when they first announced it and how you feel about it right now, where it's at. Just let us know and give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will catch
see you
in the
guys
next
on
one.
August 10th when
Yes.
it comes out.
We will see you when it comes out. All right.